So do you think coups only happened in far-off countries? Well, buckle up, because America had its very own right here on home soil. Let's dive into the wild tale of Wilmington, North Carolina, 1898, the coup they conveniently left out of our history books. Okay, so picture this. It's the late 1800s and Wilmington is thriving, a bustling port city with a majority black population where black people own businesses, run newspapers, and hold public office. It's basically Tulsa, Oklahoma's older cousin. Now enter the North Carolina Conservative Party of 1898. Spoiler alert, they're not the good guys in this story. They launched a white supremacy campaign. Yes, they actually called it that. To oust the fusionist government, a coalition of black Republicans and white populists. Their weapons of choice, racist propaganda, intimidation, and oh yeah, violence. Now, before I forget, let's talk about the Daily Record, North Carolina's only black-owned newspaper. Its editor, Alexander Manly. Yes, I said Manly. He had the audacity to suggest that consensual relationships could exist between black men and white women. And in case you didn't know, now's the time to cue the collective clutching of pearls by white supremacists. Because as you can imagine, that article really pissed off a lot of white people. So jump to November 10th, 1898. A mob of up to 2,000 white men marches to the Daily Record's office and sets it ablaze. But no, they don't just stop there. They move through black neighborhoods, unaliving an unknown number of residents, because y'all know they didn't give a damn enough to keep records on black bodies back then. And after the carnage, they forced duly elected black officials to resign at Pew Pew Point. Democracy? Never heard of it. In the days that follow, many African Americans are banished from the city, their property seized, their lives uprooted. Wilmington's thriving black community is decimated, and white supremacists take control, rewriting history to label this atrocity as simply a race riot, instead of calling it what it was, a coup d'etat. But here's the kicker, y'all. This wasn't some hidden conspiracy. It was a blatant, violent overthrow of a legitimate government on American soil, driven by racism. And yet, it's barely a footnote in our history classes. So let's change that by sharing this story, educating others, and remembering that acknowledging the past is the first step toward a better future.